Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Driven by ISUZU Passion podcast. We continue to engage with people who share their stories with the ISUZU brand. Joining me today is one of the longest serving dealer principals from ISUZU Motus Isando, Earle Austin. Earle, thank you for joining me and welcome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Great. Can you just tell us very briefly a bit of history about yourself with the ISUZU brand and maybe a story around how you sold your very first ISUZU?
Absolutely. It's still quite fresh in my memory, although it's quite long ago.
Okay. How long ago?
I started with the brand back in 1996.
Wow.
When I sold my first, back then was a 280 double cab 4x4.
Okay.
They were at that point a whopping 139,000 Rand brand new. And we had just got many awards, and ISUZU was class leading at that point.
Amazing.
In terms of that, we were the first double cab that went high rider. We were the first double cab that went with a turbocharger, and we were the first double cab that actually approached the leisure market.
Okay.
So we were class leading at that stage, well ahead of most of the competitors.
Amazing.
They were trying to catch up. And at that point, I can remember my record for a customer to wait to take delivery was 9 months. So we couldn't supply enough of them. So we had an embarrassment of riches at that point with customers waiting to get our product.
Sure, hectic. If I calculate correctly, that's about 28 years ago?
That's correct.
Amazing. So in that 28 years, how would you say the dealership floor has evolved?
Well, it's actually quite remarkable if you think of it, because back in the day, we used to have a carbonized offer to purchase book, which would be written out, and you'd really have to focus on how neat you were writing.
Oh my
because
goodness.
it would carbonize, and that would be pretty much that, and a copy of the customer's ID book back then would be in the file, and that would be as comprehensive as a file would be back in those days.
Okay.
So nothing really computerized. I remember the first day that I brought a computer into the office, a lot of the guys were looking at me going, "You're not going to be playing games
in
the office. Why have you brought this?" And I said, "Guys, we're not going to write quotes anymore." So it was quite a unique experience on that day. But things have evolved so much in terms of how the laws evolved, how the customers evolved, and what we need to do. And for a modern day sales exec to be able to handle social media, emails, how we're quoting, what needs to be going with the quote, what the customer's requirement is in terms of the interaction with the sales exec. It's become very comprehensive, along, not to mention, of course, the requirements of a file, which has become fully comprehensive and quite a substantial stack of paperwork.
Sure, hectic. All right, so just talking about customers, what are they looking for when considering a purchase?
Well, I think it's become an extension of themselves nowadays. If we think back to the past, it was more a functional type of purchase.
Yeah.
It was more just to meet work requirements. Now we've become multifaceted beings, and we want the vehicle to be an extension of our personality.
Yes,
it needs to fulfill the work element of what we do. It needs to adhere to social elements. It needs to adhere to our leisure elements. So the whole landscape has changed so much in terms of what we require from our purchase on a vehicle.
Yeah. So considering all of that, just take us on a journey from when a customer walks into the dealership. What happens, from your guys' point of view, when you welcome that person? What is that journey like?
Well, with our brand, we always aim to create sort of a customer for life philosophy. And to our customers generally, because of what our brand stands for and what our brand lives, generally our customers become our friends because of the longevity of our product and the just general use and ease of use of our product. So we definitely build relationships over time with our customers.
Yeah.
And when the customer comes in, I think it's the start of the journey. So we aim to make it as user-friendly to the customer as possible.
Okay.
Meet and greet, make the customer comfortable in the environment. Generally speaking, nowadays it's become a lot more complex than what it used to be, because the consumer is doing a lot of online homework.
Yes.
So when the customer arrives at the dealership, they really know what the technical spec is of the vehicle. So it's more for the sales consultant to actually take the customer through it and actually show them what they've seen online, because they have a very good idea of what the vehicle specs entail.
Yes. And what they want
Exactly.
to complement their lifestyle, etc. So let's just speak about the after-sales part now. When a customer already has the vehicle, you spoke about relationships and maintaining those relationships. Can you tell me how that experience is for a customer when they come in for like a service, for example?
Well, generally speaking, it's become a lot more interactive, and we try to book vehicles ahead of time. But obviously, as life happens in general, we'll always try and assist the customer wherever possible.
Yes.
At our dealership, we do offer 24-hour servicing.
Oh.
So we can offer the customer servicing during normal working hours,
Yes.
or alternatively at night as well.
Nice.
And we
Okay.
also have a service where we can actually go out to the customer and service on site as well.
Amazing.
So generally, we try and cater to every aspect of what the customer might require. We've also gone a lot more towards being able to book vehicles online and get in touch with us.
Okay.
So we're working on those systems. And then obviously for us, a vital part of the service is the general cleanliness and the taking care of the vehicle aesthetically once the service has been completed.
Yes,
so that we
yes.
can hand it over to the customer all sparkly and clean.
I know exactly what that feels like. I remember I went for a meeting at your dealership, and the guys offered to wash my vehicle while I was busy in a meeting, which just shows you the kind of service that you also offer to the customers. So I'm testament to that.
Wonderful. That's so good to hear.
Good, good. So how long would you say one of your long-standing customers has been with you?
Well, some of my customers have been with me for at least 26 years. We've kept the relationships, and what's really gratifying is how we've grown their fleet and their business with our brand. So it's become a
Okay.
collaboration, a partnership, which is what we always aim for.
Yes.
And if we can help a customer facilitate the growth in his business, it's just so rewarding. It's,
I like
it's amazing
that.
to experience that with a customer.
Amazing. And I'm sure you have a lot of experience in that. So there's obviously been a lot of trends coming through in the automotive industry. Can you just share with us some of what you've seen?
The first things that come to mind is the obvious, where technology has come into play with the safety systems on our new vehicles, where it's not a bakkie anymore. People
Yes.
are using it as a leisure vehicle. Safety requirements come into it. And
Yes.
if you look at, for instance, our V-Cross derivatives or our Onyx derivatives in MUX, where you have IDAS, lane assist, forward collision alert,
Yes.
all a blind spot assist, PDCs front and rear. So all the technology that's come into it for safety and for ease of use just really blends in well with our reliability and longevity of our product. Not to
Nice.
mention, of course, our great resale values.
Of course. So coming back to ISUZU now, Earle, would you say that the ISUZU manufacturing process has the customer in mind?
Absolutely. Our brand has always been customer-centric, and I think it's always been a very usable type of technology that we've always tried to deliver to the customer. So our brand has almost been the gene of the clothing world. It's a dual-purpose,
I love
smart,
that.
casual.
Nah.
It's our brand. We
I
can
love
do
that.
it. We can do it all.
Okay, perfect. And having been with the ISUZU brand for so long as well, how have you seen it evolve over time?
Well, I've seen it go from our very most basic units up to the latest generation V-Cross and Onyx.
Yeah.
And it's just been an incredible journey to see the technology advancements and enhancements and safety
Yes.
enhancements
Uh-huh.
and usability that's come with that.
Okay.
From Bluetooth that's developed to Apple CarPlay, Android
And
Auto.
Android,
It's just been an incredible journey to see what we've been able to put into these vehicles.
Amazing, amazing. So also just talking about customers, the technology, have you had any positive stories you can share around the feedback from customers?
Well, I think generally speaking, our customers on the uptake on current D-Max is just absolutely blown away with what we've offered them. It's the uptake has been amazing. Customers have really grasped what our V-Cross and Onyx offers, and they've been purchasing them. We can speak about the fact that pretty much since we've launched it, there's been a demand for them, with more demand than supply in most cases.
Amazing. And then coming to dealerships now, do you think ISUZU, the OEM, takes the feedback that they receive from our dealers and actually implement some of the things, or is it taken in a positive light?
Most certainly, ISUZU as an OEM has always been approachable. They've always taken what we say as dealers to heart.
Yeah.
And most certainly what we gather from dealership side with our customers, ISUZU implement in terms of the forward order, build, future technology that comes into the vehicles. So ISUZU takes that very seriously, and I believe that's part of the success of the brand.
Nice.
Is the collaboration between dealers and ISUZU as an OEM.
Amazing. So it's actually such a beautiful story that the brand actually takes it seriously and implements some of those changes, because at the end of the day, our dealers are an extension of what the ISUZU brand is. So what would you say made you stay with the brand for 28 years?
I believe that the brand speaks to itself, the heritage of the brand, the reliability, the durability. It's a brand that enables you to create friendship with customers.
Nice.
And it enables sustainability and reliability in their businesses. So most certainly it's not a hard sell. It's something that we can actually just speak to what we believe in, and that the proven track record is there.
For the long run.
So it's a great sale to make. It's easy to sell.
All right. So just making it a bit lighter now, what vehicle are you driving at the moment?
I'm a big fan of our LSE, so I drive the 3-litre LSE.
Yes.
I don't enjoy all the nannies, so your IDAs and all the rest of it. I like
you
to
call
feel
them
like
the nannies.
I call them the nannies. So I prefer to be in control myself. So my favorite vehicle currently is most certainly the 3-litre LSE.
LSE. Okay. Just please tell our viewers more about their nannies.
So when I refer to the nannies, it's the safety systems that are there to assist you.
Yes.
I think it would depend on which generation of driver that's driving. A lot of people prefer not to be in total control, and they would like for the vehicle to step in and assist them where it needs to be. Some of us prefer to be drivers, and we love the drive of the vehicle. So we prefer not to have the assistance features and to be in control ourselves.
Okay, so you can switch them on and off as you wish.
Correct.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So with the launch of the recent X-Rider, have you tried the vehicle, and what was your experience?
Love the X-Rider. I think ISUZU have got the styling absolutely right. And as can be seen currently, we do have a shortage of those, so there is a bit of a waiting list on them. Once the consumer understood what the vehicle is and what the economy of it is and how affordable it is for what you're getting, it's become quite the hero in our range as always.
Nice. So speaking about the 1.9 engine, can you just tell us about how efficient it is and what your experience with it has been like?
Absolutely. I believe it should always be top of mind to any fleet operator because of, in general, the ease of use, and then, of course, the hot topic always, fuel consumption. As has been seen with our one-tank challenge, where we took the vehicle from Waterfall to Signal Hill on one tank of fuel in real-world conditions. So it's proven its ability to really deliver on fuel consumption.
Definitely. So can you tell us, and maybe our viewers are also interested to hear, what does total cost of ownership mean?
It's generally considered not just in the purchase price of the vehicle, because that actually in total cost of ownership is probably the smallest portion of the cost of the vehicle. When it comes to your servicing and replacement of parts, and then, of course, your resale value on the vehicle once you've finished with the vehicle in terms of usage.
Amazing.
So total cost of ownership would be the initial purchase price, the usage of the vehicle in terms of servicing and parts,
Yes.
and then the disposal of the vehicle and what value you returned on at the end of that cycle.
Okay. So recently, the Isuzu X-Rider has recently won SA Bakkie of the Year for lowest cost of ownership. What does that mean for you? And have you seen any changes in sales because of that?
Absolutely. X-Rider has become one of our top-selling derivatives currently.
Amazing.
And I believe that from an Isuzu perspective, we've definitely got it right in this unit. And I think it's one that it's one that category for the pure and simple reason that part of that is the resale value on that vehicle. Because if you look at the old generation X-Rider,
Yes.
it's very difficult to find one on a second-hand floor anywhere.
100%.
So the resale value on that vehicle is phenomenal. The fuel consumption is phenomenal. And then, of course, the specifications that Isuzu
Yes.
managed to get into it is brilliant.
Okay.
It looks great.
Nice, nice. Okay, just to close it off now, tell me, to what extent would you go to service a customer?
That's a tough question. It would really come down to what the customer requires. We've done some crazy things for people
Please
to
share.
meet holiday requirements, to meet them on the road on holiday requirements, to meet load requirements, to meet their customers' requirements. So generally speaking, whatever's possible in the thought realm, if we can do it, we'll make it happen for our customers.
Okay. Thank you so much, Earle, for joining me. You've shared some nice and valuable information, and I'm sure our viewers also enjoyed it. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.